those kind of mid to upper 80s along its inner areas of the higher terrain. As we start pushing into the next 3 days, we're going to get back into the near 98 degrees heading into Monday with 90 by Wednesday.
As we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, one Legacy High School teacher is reminding his mariachi students that success takes more than just talent, it takes determination. Mariachi director Zakara Machuca has led his students for 3 years, teaching them the importance of discipline both on and off the stage. He says the lessons they learn in practice go far beyond music.
You have to work for it. They know they have to keep going, they have to be the drive for themselves, and that nobody's going to do it for them except for themselves.
Machuca believes those values of hard work and self-motivation will guide his students long after high school, carrying their culture and their character forward. And Odessa is kicking off Hispanic Heritage Month with the color, culture, and community. The second annual Dia de los Muertos Festival and Parade is officially underway. A ribbon cutting outside the Odessa Marriott Hotel and Conference Center marked the start of this year's celebration, and the festival honors the loved ones who have passed while also showcasing tradition, music, and local businesses. Organizers say it's more than just an event, it's a way to bring the community together.
Our community is growing, and we're just very excited to be one of those special events that are bringing the community closer and closer together, to have more tourism come into Odessa, more visits to our local businesses, and we're just here to help the community as a whole.
The festival runs through the weekend, filling downtown Odessa with art, food, music, and a parade to celebrate life and honor the beloved. In the Permian Basin, and Ethan, as we toss into week 4, tell us, what can we expect into this football night?
Well, Legacy makes their home debut tonight. Also, Odessa Compass going for win number 4, plus lots of action from around the Permian Basin and Concho Valley and Big Country, as we've got highlights coming up in Game Time.
Comes to high school football, there's no place like West Texas, and no coverage like this. Welcome to Game Time West Texas. From Midland and Odessa to Abilene and San Angelo and everything in between. If it happens on the field, you'll see it here. It's Game Time West Texas, sponsored by Midland College.
Let's set it on fire. Let's set it on fire.
Game Time West Texas, sponsored by Midland College.
It's week 4 of the high school football season, and while some teams are making that target on their backs grow ever so larger with each win, others are still in search of win numero uno. We've got 9 games ranging from the Permian Basin to the Concho Valley and Big Country, and there's no better way to start than with our game of the week. The game of the week between Midland Legacy and Abilene High than our very own Corey McIntyre. Corey, did the Rebels get into the win column in their home opener and homecoming?
Well, you know, coming into this match, there were a lot of questions surrounding the Rebels and their play. But I think it's safe to say that with this performance, they silenced the haters. Check it out. Effect during Legacy's homecoming match against the Abilene High Eagles. This one should be fun. And it was. To kick off the game, Tristan Beal finds Aaron Brown for a huge gain to land the Eagles in enemy territory. Now, Abilene High will finish this drive off with a touchdown pass from Braden Henry to Majul Aboso. Eagles up 6. Now, Rebels looking to answer, and this play right here sure is a start. J.P. Reyes rolling to his right. He finds Harlan Brown on the sideline for a nice completion. Unfortunately, shortly after this, the Rebels go 3 and out. And the Eagles capitalize. Bill tosses one up to Braden Henry, who already has a passing touchdown and now a receiving touchdown. And the Eagles go up 13-0. Now, after a nice kick return by Caden Ellis, the Rebels keep it on the ground. Hayes Ham sets up his blockers and gets the first down. And hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ham with the handoff up the middle, and he takes it all the way to the crib. Eagles still lead 13-7. But the Rebels are only getting started. Reyes scans the field and finds Jermaine Laster wide open down the sideline, and he will take it the distance. Rebels up 14-13. Now fast forward to the second quarter, Ham finds the end zone with 3 minutes left to increase the lead to 21-13. But an explosive finish from the Eagles helped them go into halftime with a 28-21 lead. The Rebels will go on to win this game 42-28 in their homecoming match. Now, after the game, I had the opportunity to interview junior quarterback J.P. Reyes on his huge performance. And if you want to find a full interview, it's simple. All you have to do is go to newswest9.com and click the Game Time tab. Now, reporting in the Tall City, I'm Corey McIntyre.
Wow, thank you, Corey. Odessa Compass has won 4 games each of the past 3 years. Now in 2025, the Cougars can match that mark in week 4. Odessa Compass looking to go undefeated in non-district play against Idalou. Cougars trying to keep the Wildcats out of the end zone. Remington Hinesley takes down the runner for no gain, but Idalou was cruising early. A.J. Huddleston follows his blockers all the way to the end zone, 13 yards for 8 points. Huddleston was far from over. Next drive, he weaves through the defense. His second touchdown of the night, this time from 12 yards off the screen to double the lead to 16. And the Camden Lutrick Huddleston tandem continue to shine. Huddleston with the churn and burn, 62 yards into the red zone. And that sets up Lutrick to take it in himself for the TD. Idalou manhandles Odessa Compass for its first loss of the season. Fort Stockton back home against Crane. Panthers have not lost to the Golden Crane since 2010, but Crane looking to change the narrative. Hudson Willis slings it to Noah Guerrero. He straddles the sideline 58 yards for the early lead. Fort Stockton responds. Jerry Diaz hits Nicky Sotelo in the open field. That knots it up at 7 apiece. Second quarter, Diaz, he can't seem to find an open receiver, so he says, screw it, I'll take it myself, plowing into the end zone for the Panther lead. And the running game is working on all cylinders for Fort Stockton. Nick Almendarez breaks loose for a 17-yard touchdown as Fort Stockton propels to 3-1 on the season. And Wink is going for a 3rd straight win against Forsan. Wildcats threatening early. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Lane train. Watch it. Boom! Lane Lusby all aboard. He dives for 6 and the lead. But the Buffalo defense became a force from there. Caden Vasquez fighting for the ball, and he pulls it free. Forsan recovers as Wink led 7-0 at halftime, but the Buffalo offense clicks in the second half. House call for Owen Bishop, and a 2-point conversion gives Forsan the lead. But here comes the Wildcats. Timothy Montoya, he goes nearly untouched for the touchdown as Wink cruises to a 48-14 victory. And after the break, we'll take a look at our Big 3 matchups from around the area. But first, let's take a look at some Week 4 scores.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Check, check.
Monahans is not off to its best start in the 2025 season, but the Lobos have the opportunity to flip the season on its head. Stephen Pepper is out at Estes Memorial Stadium as Monahans welcome one of the top-ranked teams in Class 3, the Wall Hawks. Stephen?
Well, Ethan, I don't know about you, but when you're staring down your first 0-4 start of this decade, I doubt you want the number 2 ranked team in their class showing up at your door. But that's the situation that the hosting Monahans Lobos found themselves in tonight against the undefeated Wall Hawks. Let's take a look at those first half highlights.
In Monahans, it's the Lobos looking for their first win, and it's the visiting Wall Hawks looking to avoid their first loss. Who wants it more? Well, 3 now for both teams to start, and maybe the Hawks were just rusty because second play off an interception, quarterback Landon York looks long for his receiver, Reed Robertson, for the game's first touchdown. The Hawks will get the ball back off another interception, and remember when I said count how many touchdowns York will throw? He's got 2 already in the first quarter. And I guess it isn't too early to run up the score, right? As Wall successfully runs a fake punt, which will lead to York's 3rd touchdown so far. Now, we had a quarterback change for the Lobos, but it seems like the interception bug also caught the junior Alex Madrid. 3 total first half turnovers committed by the Lobos. So I wouldn't say it was a majestic night for Monahans. Here's their best play of the half. Running back Majestic Williams shakes off a few defenders for a first down and some change. But the Lobos would go into the locker room scoreless, down 37 to the Hawks.
Well, I guess when a team that beats opponents on an average of 24 points a game visits a team that gets beaten by at least 22 points a game, it's a recipe for a blowout, and that's exactly what happened tonight. Ethan, I'm telling you, this senior quarterback for Wall, Landon York, he looked like Dak Prescott tonight, efficiently carving the Lobos defense out of the shotgun. When he got to 5 passing touchdowns, I just lost count. How good was he tonight? Now, speaking of the Lobos, you can just tell it's not quite the same Logos team of the past few seasons that consistently contended for a playoff spot. It's their first 0-4 start since 2019. Your final at Estes Memorial Stadium, 50-13. The Wall Hawks over the Wall Hawks over the Lobos. Reporting live at Stephen Pepper for News West 9.
What's going on, West Texas? Ethan Purcell here at San Angelo Stadium, where the 3-0 Lakeview Chiefs are taking on the 1-2 Lubbock High Westerners in Lakeview's homecoming matchup. Let's check out some highlights.
Lubbock would be the first to take the ball. QB Zachary Reyna drops back and dumps a short pass to number 6 Jeremiah Johnson, who'd be brought down by the Chief defense. Moments later, Reyna would try that same move again, but was unable to complete the pass. The next play would see some success with a complete pass on the outside. However, the Westerners were unable to make it all the way down the field and would turn the ball over to the Chiefs. Lakeview would start things off with a bang. After a short battle to the 50-yard line, QB Austin Perez keeps the ball and takes it all the way in for the game's first touchdown. Lubbock wouldn't take that lying down, though, answering with a touchdown of their own on the next drive.
Touchdown, Lubbock High.
But after that, the Chiefs would retake the lead. A handoff to number 12 Noah Rios, who slips past Lubbock's defense, would result in another TD for Lakeview.
At San Angelo Stadium, Ethan Purcell, West Texas Game Time.
It's homecoming here tonight in Abilene as the Abilene Cooper Cougars take on the Lubbock Coronado Mustangs. The Mustangs received the ball to start the game, but that's about the only thing that went right in the first half. Cougars came out firing and didn't let up. First possession for the Cougars, the quarterback drops back and drops a dime to number 14, Matthew Balvanton. 30-yard touchdown strike to get things started. Next drive, quarterback keeper Jaden Carrillo turns the corner on the right sideline, lowers his shoulder, and bulldozes his way into the end zone. Cougars up 14-0. And it didn't stop there. Handoff to number 20, Markel Sims. Checked the Jumbotron untouched all the way to the house. Cougars up 21-0. But here's a spark for the Mustangs. They recover a Cougars fumble, hoping to flip the momentum. But on the very next step, disaster. The ball sails over the Mustang quarterback's head. Cougars jump on it. That leads to another touchdown pass to number 14, Balvanton, this time from 20 yards out.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Coming up, Class 2 teams aim to get back to 500 on the season, but let's take a quick look at some more scores from around the area. Welcome back. Reagan County had 2 total losses last season, but the Owls are hoping to not surpass that mark in week 4 at McCamey. McCamey also hasn't had a winning season since it last beat Reagan County in 2022. Owls ball Marquise Vargas unloads and finds a wide open Omri Johnson, who reels it in. Reagan County in prime territory as Hector Rios takes care of the rest. With a long touchdown run, Owls go for 2 and go up 8-0. Next drive for the Owls, as you've got a celebration right there, and the Owls will capitalize. Vargas finds Caden Galindo. Reagan County will double the lead as Galindo escapes and into the black right there. Badgers, they are looking in need of a response though. Aiden Torres with a nice run down the field. He gets it into prime territory as well for the Badgers as Trace McMurray is in for the touchdown. But it's Reagan County who comes out on top of this one, 32-13. And Miles eyeing back-to-back wins over El Dorado. Miles got off to a quick start, putting points up on the board. Liam Yancey, more slippery than a banana peel in oil. He sends it to Xavier Castadena to continue the drive after avoiding the sack. Bulldogs did take the lead with a touchdown, but the Eagles respond. Johnny Ray Adame firing it down the field to Garrett Walling. Later, Adame rips it to Amari Luna, who elevates for the grab. It doesn't matter if his helmet comes off. Eagles continue to drive the ball. Receiver Kane Brock, he breaks out. He does fumble this, but is able to recover to sustain the drive for the Eagles. And it's Adame who punches it in for El Dorado touchdown. That score right there, game actually is still in play as El Dorado leads Miles 13-12. Up next, we'll reveal our top plays from week 4. Let's take a quick recap of the games from earlier tonight. lot of exciting action in week 4, but let's see which plays got us to jump out of our seats the most, starting with play number 1. Winks Lane Lusby plowing over that man right there for the touchdown. That is a hit from a quarterback that you never once see if you're from the defense. What a play by Lane Lusby to get the score, plus the points for our top play. Let's look at play number 2. We go to Abilene High versus Midland Legacy. Abilene High's Tristan Beal and Braden Henry, they connect. Henry was in decent position coverage from the defense, but he is able to come up with that pick for our top play. And number 3, Miles Liam Yancey. He escapes the sack and is able to throw it out there. I have yet to ever see a player in high school escape something like this. This is collegiate level athletics right there. But make sure, if you want to go vote, go to our website at newswest9.com and head over to the Game Time tab to cast your vote on which of these top plays will be our play of the week. And we had great performances from some fantastic athletes, but if you think there is one player that stood out, let us know, as Corey McIntyre will reveal our player of the week. But that wraps week 4 high school football season. It feels like we were just kicking off the season a few days ago, but time flies when you're having fun. That does it for West Texas Game Time. I'm Ethan Becker, and I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Have a great weekend.